Welcome to the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. I am Joey Calvo. As you can tell, I am not in my normal studio. I decided to get away for the night. So I figured where else to have it but beautiful Atlantic City, New Jersey. So we may not have the greatest view, but we are in Atlantic City today for this podcast. And the reason why we're doing this podcast out here is because, one, originally we were trying to do it to get rid of the bed bugs, but that ain't happening. So when I get back, they'll be there. The other reason is something that I came across from a future guest, possible potential future guest on the podcast. This person was going away, is actually on vacation right now, enjoying the beginning of summer, and happy summer to everybody, first of all. This person came across, told me about, or told their followers on Twitter to go on a place called Wishtender. And I was like, Wishtender? Interesting. So I went and looked at this platform, and what it is people can tip to fulfill a wish of a person. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I said, this would be great for the podcast, raise some money, and be able to, for you, the listeners and viewers of the podcast via the Anchor.fm or watching it live on YouTube, be part of this. And so I figured, all right, so I'm going to give it a try. So we have set up on Wishtender, and there it is on the bottom of the screen. So, like I said, what Wishtender is saying a person wants breakfast and asks their followers, help me pay for breakfast. And those people go on Wishtender and put in the $5, $10 or whatever the wish is for, and it would fulfill that person getting breakfast. And then that person will come back and say, thank you for your donation and all that, for your tip and all that. Well, I have it set up in different ways. So I'm going to go to the website that's on the bottom of the screen there. Back this up a moment. And so when you go on the wishtender.com/Life with Joey Calvo, it's going to say Joey Calvo's wish list. And you can share it, which I'd be happy if you do. You can share it on Instagram. You can share it on Twitter. I'd be happy. There's a button that says surprise gift. So if you want to surprise me, please do. Of course. Now, the wishes I have set up is there's an initial tip. I put down $10. Not a lot of money. I'm not really asking for a lot of money. It gets higher, yes. But it's not like, I think the worst was to have your website advertised on, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. So the initial tip is $10. But I also set it up that you can make it a subscription of $10 a month. So if you want to give $10 a month to the podcast, when you click on it, you can do it as a monthly wish, monthly gift, monthly tip, and that's great. You want to do it as a one-time tip, that's fine too. So next step up is for $50, I shout you out on the podcast itself. So like saying Joe Schmo from Baltimore gives $50 a month. So every podcast I do, Joe Schmo from Baltimore is going to get a shout out on the podcast. That's your $50. Okay, and that's now if you make that a monthly. If you make it a one time, then one time you get that Joe Schmo from Baltimore gets recognized. What I'm trying to do now also is I'm redoing the Life with Joey Calvo website. And I came across one that I started working on for my other project, which is a casino bus service that I've been working on for, 20 plus years, and almost 24 years. Excuse me. I took a nap, almost forgot this podcast was going to happen. So I apologize if you hear me yawning during the podcast, folks. So I'm trying to set up a website again. And the website, of course, is going to cost me a lot of money. So what I did was, if you want to help me gift for the website itself, it's $150. You could do it one time or you could do it monthly. Okay? Now, if you're a business owner and you want to advertise on on my business website that I've worked on, it's called Calvo's Transportation Service Corp, and you want to advertise your business, it's $250 one time, or you can do it monthly. Same thing is if you decide. So Joe Schmo from Baltimore has a. Well, the only exception I didn't put on there, and I'm going to clarify that now, is you can't have a party bus service. I can't do party bus services. I can't advertise that. If you're a dry cleaner, yeah. If you're, anything but a party bus or a limousine company, again, I apologize for the yawning. Whatever type of business you have, with the exception of anything that has to do with the ground transportation service, for $250 one time or monthly, you can advertise your business on my Calvo's Transportation Service Corps website. Now, if you want to have your website advertised on this podcast, where I make it into a banner, matter of fact, that little scrolly down the bottom, it's $1,000. You can do it one time, or you can do it monthly. So if you want your website advertised on the podcast, it's $1,000. If you want it advertised, matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. I didn't put it in there because I didn't think of it until just now. If you want your website advertised on the podcast and you pay $1,000, okay, your business will also be advertised on the Life with Joey Calvo website when it's up. Okay? If you're going to do it one time, of course, it's going to be there one time. If you're going to do it monthly, it will be up there monthly. So that's how that's going to work. So if you go to the website at the bottom and you want to be part of this podcast, the door is wide open now for you. Just go to wishtender.com/life with Joey Calvo, and then you choose what you want to do. If you want to do a surprise gift, if you want to do the initial tip, if you want to be shout out, get a shout out on the podcast. If you want to help me with the Life with Joey Calvo website, if you want to advertise your business with my partner company, the Transportation Service Corps, or you want to advertise your website with the podcast. Those are the options I've given. They may sound a little high, and I understand that. But at the same time, every dollar of it is going to help because it's all going to be used towards that website. So every tip that goes through the wishtender.com, okay, that is going to go towards the Life with Joey Calvo podcast website. And we also have we still have the merchandise website, and that's shop.spreadshirt.com/life-with-Joey-Calvo. So you can get mugs, stickers, t-shirts, hats, mouse pads for the computer, your computer mouse pads. You can get clothing there, like I said, mugs, mouse pads, stickers, different things, and all they have is the podcast logo on them. So that is what that is. So at this point, I'm hoping that you can help this podcast out. I really, really do. Because I want to really expand this podcast out more. I'm hoping to have guests on here soon. I've been reaching out to some. They're just getting the emails now, so it's going to take a little bit of time for them to get back to me on it, and hopefully they'll come on soon. Also, and I can't stress this enough, watch what you say to people. Literally, just watch what you say to people. Because words mean a lot. It doesn't matter if you're trying to help people, but if you're going to help people, say it in the nicest tone and be supportive of it, and not use it to turn around and say, and I'm going to go back to this former friend, and saying you belong in a mental institution. Which, again, I would never tell anybody to do that they belong in one. Okay? No matter how crazy they are, I don't say that stuff. So watch what you say to people, because it's the tone. It's the tone and the way it's said that could change the world on it. All right? So be good to yourself and other people. I'm sounding like late Jerry Springer on that one. Definitely check out ericessex.net. And I had to play my buddy again today with his late night drive. And I had to throw in the late Olivia Newton-John. And I threw in some Billy Joel, who is on his last tour. So I figured play them. Hopefully, it'll help you understand why I played them. I would love the support of you, the listeners. These podcasts are really made for you to understand life of different people. I mean, yes, recently it's been me, but we are working on getting more guests. Some may be X-rated. I'll give you that hint. So that's who I've reached out to now. So, on this point, thank you so much for listening and watching the Life with Joey Calvo podcast on YouTube. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye now.